It's all about the equipment that you use to record. So let's take a look at what I'm using right now to record myself in this kind of setup. So let's start with lenses then. I have this lens, which is a Tamron 18 to 200mm f3.5 to 6.3. Reason behind this lens is it's got quite a good range from 18 all the way up to 200. However, the drawbacks of this, if you were to do, say, a zoom, so you were to go from 18 and run it all the way up to 200, you're going to get a change in the aperture because it's not fixed. So depending on which way you're zooming, if you're zooming in or zooming out, you're going to end up with a light to dark ratio with the aperture or a dark to light ratio. So it will be noticeable in your shot. The other lens that I have is currently connected to the camera and it's at 20mm. And it is the Sigma 10 to 20mm f4 to 5.6. Now, cameras are great, but they also need light, so let's talk about the light in this set right now. We have a softbox off to the side of me here, which is on full power, and it is also accompanied with a blind, so windows to the side here, as well as a room light. Now, a room light isn't a technical term for any type of lighting. It is literally a light in the ceiling of the room that was fitted when the room was built. So it's nothing fancy, I'm just using the light that I have at hand at the moment. There is going to be some more lights coming, and the lights that I want are going to be in an LED form, and they are going to be battery powered as well as mains powered, and when they're connected to the mains, they're charging the battery. That is fantastic. If you know which one I'm talking about, then you've seen videos. If you don't start searching for them, just subscribe, and when I get them you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, that was a drop to try and get you to subscribe. You don't have to. If you don't want to, that's fine. And if you are already subscribed and because of that comment you feel like you want to unsubscribe, go ahead. That's absolutely fine. I'm here to make the videos for myself as well as anybody else that wants to watch. So thank you for watching, by the way. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the backbone to this whole setup, and it is the camera and the rig that surrounds it. So if we move over to this lovely camera right now, and you can see me in the monitor. Hi, this monitor, by the way, is an Icon, and it's a D5 model monitor. It's quite new, and it is a good monitor. It packs a very good punch with some waveforms, as well as zebras, as well as quite a few other settings that you can have on there. It also has a SDI out, which is down here, as well as a HDMI out right here, and obviously SDI in. That's why you can see me. This is a good monitor, a good lens, yes, good lenses, but it's also a good monitor for this type of camera as it has an SDI in. So you don't have to do any conversions from SDI to HDMI to get this image. So that's quite a good thing for me. It's also battery powered as well as you can see, it's mains powered at the moment. So moving forward, you can see a handle. And that is quite a nice handle, if I say so myself. This is the Tilta rig for the BlackMagic camera, and I have to say this right now, I am not endorsed in any way to tell you that this rig is amazing, or to tell you that this rig is the best rig I've ever seen, or to tell you that this rig is just goddamn sexy. But I'm going to say that anyway because I truly believe it is. It's a fantastic rig. It has a trigger handle as well, so you can hit record on the handle instead of having to fumble around and get to the record buttons at the front or the back of the camera. And it's well built. I had an issue with one of the handles. There was a scratch on it. I didn't have to be so, over the top about it. It was a scratch. These things happen. However, within a week I had a new handle sent out to me and it is now squeaky clean and shiny new. Okay, so the matte box that is on the front that you can see there, this is a carbon fibre matte box by Camtree, and you can find that in this link right here. I'm even doing it on the yeah, look at that. Yeah, you can find that there. This is an unboxing of this exact matte box right here, and it's quite a nice matte box. It's light, and that is the good thing with it, because at the end of the day, when you start building up a rig and you start adding components to your camera, it starts to get quite heavy. And believe you me, that is a heavy, heavy piece of equipment right now, and there's still so much more that needs to be added to it. So if you can cut corners with weight in certain aspects of your equipment, without cutting the quality down, or without, making it look really cheap, then by all means you should do that. There's a lot of things that need to be added to this rig. So there's a shoulder mount needs to go on there so I can run and gun with it. There's also another follow focus needs to be added, so I can have one for the zooming and one for the pulling focus. That's just a little thing that I want to do personally. But another really big important thing that needs to be added here is also a external battery. Now the external battery, if you're going to go for say like an Anton Bauer battery, they weigh a ton themselves. So if you can compensate weight anywhere, then I do believe you should do that. So let's talk about the follow focus actually that you can see. It's a Photoga, if that's how you want to pronounce it. I don't, Nikon, I don't know how this one's actually pronounced, but Photoga, and it is the DP500, and I believe this is the Mark II of this particular type of follow focus. It doesn't have much throwback on it, so you're not going to get any movement with, in fact, I say it doesn't have much, it doesn't have any throwback. You can also change which side you want the cog on, or the wheel, whichever pronunciation you want for it. So you can have it at the rear or at the front, as well as rotating it from right hand side to left hand side and doing other various things as well. Also the white disc, the marking disc, comes off. It's magnetic, so that can be cleaned, and you also get some hard stops that can go around the outside to make sure you get a perfect stop on your focus pulling abilities. So I've covered the lenses, I've covered the light, I've covered the matte box, I've covered the rig, the cage, and also the monitor. There's only one thing left to cover, and that is the Roland R26 sound recording device that I have, and you can find that here, as well as some other trusty little tips that I do use still to this day with an iPhone, and recording somebody that is just a little bit hard to record with this kind of device where you can just slip an iPhone in a pocket. It really does work. So check that out. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you again soon, although I cannot actually see you, but I hope you do come back and watch another video from us here at London Village Studios. Thank you for watching, and have a fantastic day, evening, or sleep, depending on where you are in the world. Bye.